Hello, and welcome back to a Transformed Life podcast. I am grateful you are joining me for this another amazing episode today. Before we dive into it, I want to invite you to leave a 5-star review on whatever platform you are listening to. It really helps support this show. And if you are watching this on YouTube, which we have a lot of YouTube viewers, then please subscribe to this channel. It helps support my work and my mission and our collective healing goal. So we are going to dive into part 2 from last week's episode, all about hustle and regulation. And whether you are a CEO or a parent, or maybe you wear both of those titles, how can you regulate your system first? And so today's episode is going to be building on that foundation. Part 2, build the founder before the funnel. This is one of my quotes that I say all the time, and it really is so true. We could even say, like, build the parent before you have children if you are that blessed to be able to build yourself before you have children. If not, parenting can be a really insightful gift, is kind of what John Deloney says in terms of relationships and marriage. You will marry your unfinished business. And the same can really apply to parenting as well, just like entrepreneurship or, founder, CEO. And we have to remember that we need to reinvent how so many people have been taught to kind of do business. It's very top down versus bottom up. And so many people start with a strategy, with the funnel, with the marketing, with the branding, with, all the creative ideas. And that's all wonderful. I love diving into that. It's enjoyable. It's fun. However, so many have a block that their funnel isn't working, their sales strategy isn't working, their marketing strategy isn't working, whatever is coming up for them. They think the funnel, the marketing, the strategy is the problem, when really it's their internal work that is coming online, and we want to bring awareness to that. So if you've been thinking, oh, my funnel is the problem, my strategy is the problem, my content is the problem, I invite you to pause. Because what if the funnel actually isn't broken? What if the founder isn't protection mode? And I don't say that as a dig against you. I say that with a lot of respect and clarity and insight, because our bodies, your body, is always telling the truth. And most businesses are being run by a nervous system strategy, not the business side strategy. Like, everything starts with our human system, mind, body, spirit, including our nervous system. And so that is why today is part 2 of Build the Founder Before the Funnel. And we're going to surface the top 3 founder struggles that look like business problems and what's actually causing them underneath. So I thought this would be fun to actually give you 3 examples of maybe things that are plaguing your business that also flow into your life as well, and how you can begin to disentangle them and realign it to the outcome that you desire. We're going to make it really simple. Your business is not just a business. It is your mirror, and it will reveal your patterns faster than any relationship ever could. I think relationship is probably a second tie to that, as well as parenting. And most of what we call business problems are actually some of these: safety problems, visibility problems, attachment problems, self-trust problems, regulation problems. And even not problems, it's more self-regulation or self-trust that hasn't yet been built. And so instead of looking at it as the problem, it's the result of what? Well, it's a result of self-abandonment, not having boundaries. And so if you keep trying to solve a nervous system problem with a marketing tactic, you will burn out, spiral into shame, quit, give up, even when you're talented and gifted. So, this episode is for the founder who knows they are so capable and they keep hitting this invisible wall. Maybe it's around the issue of pricing, which we're going to get into. So, let's talk about what that wall really is. Your inconsistency is not a character flaw. It is a protection strategy. Your avoidance is not laziness, it's a threat response. Your overthinking is not intelligence, it's control. And if that stings a little bit, good. That means we are close. If something is like hitting you, then we know we're getting to the core issue. And when we get to the core issue, then we can work with that and realign it to where you want to go. And suddenly your sales marketing strategy begins to work. Isn't that magic? So here's a common struggle that entrepreneurs have, many people have too, is I can't be consistent. I start strong and then disappear. So here are some symptoms that it could look like. You can go hard for a few days, content is flowing, plans are made, you feel inspired, and then you vanish. Silence, avoidance. You don't want to look at your own brand. You don't want to open Instagram. You don't want to answer your messages. You don't want to read your emails. And then you decide the story is I'm inconsistent. You make it identity. I'm inconsistent. I'm not disciplined. I can't follow through. And what's really happening underneath is your nervous system is reading consistency as danger. It doesn't feel safe. Remember from last week, our nervous system cares about one thing and one thing only. And what is that? Safety. It doesn't care how many followers you do or don't have, how much money is in your bank account or how much it isn't. It wants safety because consistency can create momentum, visibility, people watching, being seen, expectations, pressure, potential judgment. And if your body learned at any point in your life that being seen equals being hurt, it will always pull you back until you bring awareness. Famous quote from Carl Jung, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will rule your life and you will call it fate. And so here are 3 common roots for this I can't be consistent, I start strong, then disappear struggle. 1, the visibility threat. Your system equates being seen with risk, criticism, rejection, attack, humiliation. 2, perfection as protection. If you can't be excellent, it chooses to be invisible because perfect feels safer than exposed. Number 3 is overwhelm, freeze. Too many tabs open, too many shoulds, too many steps, too many processes, and your system goes into shutdown. Not because you're weak, simply because it is trying to reduce demand. So here is a reframe for you. Instead of, why can't I be consistent? And generally the word why has a lot of judgment in it. Ask, what does my body think will happen if I became consistent? What does my body think will happen if I became consistent? And this question is everything for this struggle. So before you post, write, go live, put one hand on your chest, another on your belly, and exhale longer than you inhale and say, it is safe for me to be seen. It is safe for me to be seen. And then take the smallest action, one story, one post, one direct message, one simple email. Doesn't have to be a masterpiece. It's a signal to your body, I can do this and thrive more than just survive. And when you keep coming back to the body, of really connecting body and breath together, like this somatic practice, you're retraining, rewiring your human system, your nervous system. Struggle number 2: I can't sell. I hate marketing. I can't post an offer. This is what it could look like. You educate, you inspire, you pour value into other people. You're basically running a free university. And then when it's time to sell, you stall, over explain, add more bonuses, lower the price, rewrite the post 12 times, post something safer instead, or you say, I don't want to be salesy. And what is really happening underneath? Selling is not a strategy issue for most founders. It is a relational nervous system issue, because selling triggers, will people leave me? Will people judge me? Who will judge me? Will they think I'm too much? What if they say no? What if they say yes? And now I'm responsible. Here are the root causes. 1, attachment to being liked. This is you're outsourcing your power to others for their approval. Your system learned that love equals safety. So risking disapproval feels like risking survival. Could be a shame imprint around wanting. If you learned that needing, desiring, or asking was too much, then selling will light up shame. Remember, shame is I am bad and guilt is I did bad. Two very different things. And then power fear. Money increases visibility, responsibility, and perception. If being perceived has historically been unsafe, your system will always keep money at a distance. And so here's a reframe invitation for you. I'm not asking for permission. I'm offering an invitation. Selling is not you taking. Selling is you offering someone a doorway. And if your body still thinks selling equals danger, you will keep proving that instead of offering. You'll keep repeating that cycle over and over. So here's a practical shift you can make. You want to regulate before your call to action. Anytime before you make an offer, try this. Ask yourself, am I trying to convince or am I offering? And remember, sales is a service too. And so you're just retraining your human system for what you desire in life. And if you're trying to convince, you're in survival. So regulate first, come back to your body, and then offer. Because everything is frequency and energy at the beginning and end in the middle of our days. And then say it plainly. Here's what this is. Here's who it's for. Here's how to join. No justification, no over explaining, no looping, no performing. Simply like, here's the offer. This is who it's for. Here's how to join. Very clear. You don't need to justify your price, your method of delivery, whether it's a course or a small group or a large group or one-on-one. If you're in the service base, or maybe it's a product. Why did you make it that color? Why did you choose that size? Very simple. You're retraining your system. Here is another one. Struggle number 3. I'm busy all day and nothing moves. Maybe you feel this if you are a parent. And what it could look like is you worked all day, you did tasks, you were quote unquote productive, and yet the needle didn't move because you spent the day on tweaks, search, handing, organizing, perfecting, planning, learning, editing. Meanwhile, the actual needle moves of these things: outreach, offers, follow up. And those didn't happen. It was all like the busy work, because busy work can be distracting. It can really keep you from what you want to do because your nervous system, again, is safe in that area. And so we have to retrain and rewire our system that outreach, offers, follow up in the terms of, business context is safe for us. And what's really happening underneath of all of this, and this is really big, I want you to get this, is productivity can be a trauma response when it's used to avoid contact. Busy work feels safe because you can complete it, you can control it, there's no rejection. No one's watching, no one can say no. So you can stay busy and avoid being seen, being judged, hearing no, risking disappointment. And this is usually one of these things. One is control strategy. Busy creates certainty and reduces anxiety. 2, conflict avoidance. Direct outreach, risk rejection. So your system reroutes you into task with guaranteed completion. Number 3, identity protection. I am building, quote unquote, becomes a hiding place from I'm selling. So here's a reframe suggestion for you. What am I doing that looks like work and is protecting me from risk? What am I doing that looks like work and is protecting me from risk? And this one question will change your business, will change your life, it will change your parenting, it will change your relationships, your friendships. And the fix, and it's simple, not easy, is one contact action per day, every day. Examples: 5 DMs, 2 follow ups, 1 offer post, 1 invitation, voice note, 1 email to your list. Not forever. This is not a Alex Hormozy, 300 rule. Like you're going to be posting 100 times a day. That's a sure recipe to blow out your nervous system. These examples is just one. You're not doing all of them. Okay. You're doing 2 follow ups. You're doing maybe 1 offer post, and it's not forever. This is simply long enough to rewire and reteach your body that contact is safe. And here is the truth. You can have the best funnel in the world. You can have the best strategy in the world and sabotage it, because if the founder, you, is operating from protection, it's going to amplify whatever state you're in. And that's going to trickle down into your customers, into your team, into your product, whether it's a product or a service. And that is why building the founder before the funnel is so important. A regulated founder will use strategy as a tool. A dysregulated founder will use strategy as a shield. And the shield strategy can look like this: overworking, overthinking, overpreparing, underselling, hiding, waiting to feel ready, like the perfect pitch. I'm going to, draft this email. I'm going to, create this perfect pitch deck, like whatever, um, you know, waiting to feel ready resonates with you. I'm sure you can have a lot of things that are coming up in your mind right now. Your nervous system will always choose what feels safest, even if it costs you your dreams. So we are not here to shame that. We are here to retrain safety for the next level, for your business, for your life. So here are some action steps and takeaways. Stop asking, what strategy do I need? And start asking, what does my nervous system believe will happen if or when I succeed? What does my nervous system believe will happen when I succeed? Number 2, name your pattern. Which one are you? Inconsistency, disappearing? Are you avoiding selling? Are you busy without movement? And be honest, there's no drama, simply data. And when we have the nervous system data, then we can have the business data, and both can begin to align. Number 3, regulate first, then act. Before visibility, regulate. Before selling, regulate. Before outreach, regulate. Then take the smallest aligned action. Choose one daily exposure. Number 4. One one of these, not all of them. One daily contact action could be an offer, could be follow-up, could be an invitation, and it could be an ask. And you are letting your body know in real time what safety is. So if this episode hit a nerve with you, good, congratulations. You are on this path of life, of awakening. And it doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're simply patterned. You're conditioned for one way, and you have great dreams and goals, and your patterns can be rewired. Your system can be rewired. Like one of my mentors say, like, I'm a systems hacker. So instead of, a systems hacker in terms of computers, like a system hacker in terms of mind, body, spirits. What is our, human nervous system doing that we are kind of being frustrated with? Again, frustration doesn't get you anywhere. When we can move into compassion for that and have awareness of like, yeah, this is really not aligned with where I want to go. We kind of hack our human system and we realign it to where we desire to go. And here's my invitation to you. If you want support building the founder before the funnel, like really actual internal capacity, clean nervous system leadership, selling without the emotional hangover, please get in touch with me. Send me an email. You can go to my website, Hope Rose Speaks, and contact me through there, or send me a DM on Instagram. And I will be happy to share with you what working together looks like. And so I will close this episode for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, please leave a 5-star review, share this episode with another founder or somebody that could benefit from this episode. And I look forward to seeing you next week. And remember, your business isn't asking for more hustle. It's asking for safety. All right. I will chat with you next week. Have a beautiful day.